Nobody was mean to him. That was almost the worst part. For 2 years, Ethan ate lunch alone. And he had gotten so good at it that it looked like a choice. He had a system. 4 minutes early, corner table, back to the wall, headphones in, before anyone could speak. If you did it right, you could disappear in plain sight. If you have a boy at home with systems like that, you already know where this is going. It started in 5th grade. New school, new cafeteria. No familiar face to walk toward. On the first day, Ethan did what you're supposed to do. He looked for a table with space, sat down. The boys there looked at him, then looked at each other, then kept talking, like he wasn't there. Not cruel, not deliberate, just indifferent. He finished his lunch, threw his tray, went outside, and spent the rest of lunch pretending to find something interesting on the ground. That evening, his mom asked how his day was. Fine, he said. The next day, he arrived 4 minutes early, got the corner table, put his headphones in, and laid the first brick. He didn't know it yet, but someone was already watching. Mr. Davies taught science. Not warm, no speeches, bare walls. But he had spent 22 years watching children, and he knew one thing with absolute certainty. A child who always sits alone, always arrives early, is not antisocial. They are protected. He had noticed Ethan in October. The corner, the 4-minute head start, the headphones going in before he had even sat down. He recognized all of it because he had been that boy. Different school, different corner, same system. He waited 6 weeks before he did anything. He wanted to be sure. And then one Thursday in November, he did something that surprised even himself. He bought lunch from the cafeteria, something he had never done. He always ate at his desk. He carried his tray across the room, past the teacher's table, past the loud tables, past the almost empty tables, to the corner by the window. He set his tray down, pulled out the chair across from Ethan, and sat down. Ethan looked up, then immediately looked back down, braced. Mr. Davies picked up his fork, started eating, said nothing. A full minute passed. Then Mr. Davies looked out the window. Good spot. Not to Ethan, just to the air. Another minute passed. Quiet over here. Yeah, Ethan said. That was the whole conversation. But when the bell rang and Ethan stood to leave, he noticed something. His headphones were on the table. He hadn't put them in once. Mr. Davies came back the next Thursday, and the Thursday after that. He never mentioned it in class, never gave Ethan a look that said, I know. He just kept showing up. In January, a boy from science class asked if he could sit there too. Ethan looked at Mr. Davies. Mr. Davies shrugged. Plenty of room. By February, there were 4 of them. All boys who had found the corner at different times, for different reasons. All eating lunch together now, without anyone having arranged it. Ethan never took the headphones fully off. They just stayed around his neck. Ready, but not needed. If you have a quiet boy at home, with systems you don't fully understand, and walls you can't quite see past, he doesn't need you to take the walls down. He needs you to sit near them, long enough that he decides to open the door himself. Those walls aren't keeping you out. They're keeping him safe, until he finds someone worth letting in. And if you are that boy, still eating alone, still arriving early, still making it look like a choice, someone has already noticed your corner. They're just waiting for Thursday.